you take a child, or you take an adult, because they sacrifice adults as well, and you put them in this terrifying situation where they're surrounded by these people in robes and hoods. You build up the terror. What I'm saying is this is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
So the question is, where are these children ending up?
Sure. Yeah.
Now, it's very clear from my research over the years that a lot of them end up in underground bases. What was the Epstein network? What was that ring? It was a ring of compromising famous people, influential people, people in politics, people in royalty. So you had control of them. So you look at Epstein, he was quite blatantly an agent of Mossad, Israeli Mossad. He had his main accomplice in Gislaine Maxwell, who was quite blatantly an agent of Mossad. Her father, Robert Maxwell, who I actually interviewed once for the BBC.
Oh, did you?
I did, yes.
What was his presence like?
I interviewed him. Well, don't start me. I interviewed him. What happened is I was doing sport at the BBC at the time. And he bought a football club, Oxford United, right? So we did this feat. I think it was on a program called Sports Night. They called it then, a midweek program. And we did this film on Maxwell's ownership of the Oxford United, and we obviously went to a game and all that stuff. But part of it was to go to the Daily Mirror and interview him in his office. He has got to be one of the most deeply unpleasant pieces of work I've ever come across in my life, and I've come across a few. The way he talked to people around him, like his assistant and stuff, was utterly disgusting. And he was doing it in front of the crew. And, he was horrible. I mean, this man was a narcissist, an arrogant narcissist on a level that beggared belief. Now, why? Where was this narcissism coming from? Because here was another man in Robert Maxwell who thought he was untouchable because he was an agent of Mossad. And so he served Mossad in many and various ways. Particularly, I go into this in The Trigger. He was heavily involved in circulating and selling a software program that allowed backdoor access to computer systems for Mossad, etc. And but there came a time, you remember, his business empire started to fall, and he was falling from grace. And we go back to what I said earlier. You know, you serve them, and you're beneficial to them. You're gonna do fine. But you become a problem. They'll get rid of you. And he died, of course, on his boat called the Gislaine, when he was on the deck and ended up in the water and stuff, and he died anyway. And of course, a Mossad agent later came out who was writing out of Canada, wrote a couple of books about Mossad and how it works. Very, very good books. And revealed that it was Mossad that killed him, and they did it with divers coming up, and he's out at sea. Well, gotcha. The coincidence of a Mossad agent like Epstein having an absolutely, as close as you can get, comrade and assistant in Gislaine Maxwell, daughter of a Mossad agent. Obviously, Mossad was massively involved in that. And look at the people that Mossad compromised as a result of that ring. I mean, Maria Farmer has described to me, and others, of course, have spoken publicly about it, that there were microphones and cameras all over these Epstein properties. So once you were there and you partook, they had control of you. So, I mean, when this network says jump, I'd take it Prince Andrew breaks the Olympic high jump record, because he's as compromised as they come. If you go deep enough in the cult network, the CIA is Mossad. Mossad is the CIA, is British intelligence. is Canadian intelligence, is Australian intelligence.
Do you believe that they did take Epstein down then, or do you think, as Lynn Wood said, that Epstein could still be alive?
I think either of the above. It depends on Epstein's association with the network, really. If his association is extremely close, they might not wanted to have taken him out. If he's considered expendable, they'd have taken him out. But either way, with the cameras not working and the two prats asleep in the back room, hello, something went on to make sure he never appeared in court. More important, that the women never appeared in court. But either of the above, I would say, because they do both. They do spirit people away to give them a new life, but they also take them out. Depends what the relationship is, really. You control law enforcement at the level that decides if any inquiry is going to take place, and if any police officer genuinely, tenaciously wants to pursue the truth, well, you get rid of them very quickly, like the investigating officer in the Jersey case, the investigating officer in the Dutroux case in Belgium. You make up some pathetic reason to get them off the case, and then you put one of yours in, or at least someone who's malleable and will not investigate properly. So you control all different aspects. You control doing it, and you control covering it up. You can see the way they do it. You just make sure that your guys have covered all bases, and the rest of the world is on the outside.
Franklin scandal, the investigator there. Didn't he go down in a plane with his little son?
Yep. He was a guy who had the wherewithal to expose Bill Clinton for a start, and many others. And the plane went down. The worst thing you can do, and I've said this to people over the years, don't say you're going to reveal something. Just frickin' reveal it. Because once you've revealed it, you have some protection, because if anything happens to you, well, it's because he's revealed it. The worst thing you can do is to tell people that you're going to reveal it, not go public on it, but tell people around you you're going to reveal it. Because then something happens to you, and no one puts the pieces together. Oh, it's just been a tragic accident, Just don't say you're going to do it. Do it, And so many people. I've come across people over the years who've said, "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the other," and then they're taken out in what seems to be a non-sinister situation, but they're no longer with us. Just do it. You see the sacrifice ritual of an individual. Okay, now take it onto another level. What's a war?
It's like mass sacrifice.
What's a famine? What's a world war? These are mass death, blood rituals. And what's going on now is all part of that. What we're experiencing now is a global death ritual. It's meant to go into more extreme levels, which is why we've got to get our fingers out and stop cooperating with this.
Don't mention the reptiles, Dave.
Even less is said about the Grey Pope, who some believe to be the true ruling power in the Vatican.
Humans emitting a MAC address.
All of them had Bluetooth signals.
I've never seen it before.
Queuing up to transition their children.
This is the ultimate suicide cult.
What if the symbols around us every day aren't just ornamental?
We lost 1,000 years of history.
What if they're instruction?
That state of awareness is not manipulatable.